The sky was painted with hues of orange and pink as the sun set on the day of Amina's marriage. Inside the modestly decorated home, the air was filled with anticipation, a delicate scent of jasmine lingering in the room. Amina, cloaked in a beautiful yet simple dress, sat quietly, her heart a whirlwind of emotions. Tonight was her first night as a wife, a night she had dreamt about, prayed for, and sometimes feared. As the women who had helped her prepare left the room, she glanced at her reflection. There was a soft glow on her face framed by her veil, but her hands trembled slightly. She had always been strong, a woman of faith, but tonight felt different. Tonight she would share her life, her soul, with a man she barely knew, yet deeply respected. The door creaked open gently, and there he stood, Hamza, her husband. His presence filled the room, not with grandeur, but with a calm, reassuring energy. He was dressed in white, his dark eyes warm and gentle. He took a step closer, and for a moment, silence hung between them, speaking more than words ever could. With a soft smile he spoke, his voice deep and comforting. "Assalamu alaikum, Amina." "Wa alaikumus salam," she whispered, her gaze flickering to his before dropping shyly. There was a brief pause, and then, breaking through her tension, he knelt beside her. With utmost delicacy he reached out and lifted her hand, placing it gently between his palms. "Amina," he murmured, "I know this moment is overwhelming. I can see it in your eyes, but I want you to know, I will never rush you. I want us to build our love on trust, patience, and the bond we share through Allah." Tears welled up in Amina's eyes, but she held them back. His words touched her heart, melting the nervousness that had clouded her thoughts. Hamza's sincerity shone through every word, every gesture. He took a deep breath, and then, slowly, almost hesitantly, he reached up and lifted her veil. As the sheer fabric fell away, Hamza's eyes met hers, truly seeing her for the first time. He couldn't help but pause, his breath catching in his throat. "MashaAllah," he whispered, his voice filled with awe. "You are more beautiful than any words I could have ever imagined." Heat rose to her cheeks, but she felt something stir within her, something more than shyness. Was it hope? She had prayed for a kind husband, someone who would cherish her not just for her looks, but for her heart and soul. And here he was, speaking to her not as a possession, but as a partner. Hamza stood, extending his hand to her. "Will you pray with me, my wife?" "Before anything else, let's invite Allah into our home and into our hearts." She placed her hand in his, and he guided her to stand beside him. Together, they faced the Qibla, and Hamza began reciting the words of prayer, his voice steady and strong. As they bowed and prostrated together, Amina felt a sense of serenity wash over her, as if all her worries and fears were being lifted. When they finished, he turned to her, his gaze soft and tender. "I pray that Allah makes us garments for each other, covering one another's flaws, protecting and comforting each other." His words echoed a verse from the Quran, one she had always cherished. "They are clothing for you, and you are clothing for them." The night deepened, and they sat together, speaking in hushed tones. Every word revealed a piece of who they were. Every glance created a bridge of understanding. They spoke of their dreams, their fears, and the kind of home they wanted to build. A home filled with the love of Allah, where kindness would flourish and children would be raised to know the beauty of Islam. Then, with a slight hesitation, Amina asked, "Hamza, are you not expecting more tonight?" Her voice was barely audible, her eyes cast down. He gently lifted her chin, his gaze meeting hers with unwavering sincerity. "Amina," he said softly, "tonight, I only want to cherish this moment with you. We have our whole lives to share everything else. I want our first night to be one of connection and trust, not expectation." With that, He leaned forward and ever so gently placed a kiss on her forehead, a kiss filled not with desire but with reverence. We will take each step together in our own time. For now, I am content just being near you. Amina felt something deep within her heart shift, a realization that this man was not just her husband, but her protector, her confidant. A tear slipped down her cheek, and she whispered, Alhamdulillah, for granting me a husband like you.
If you found this video beneficial, please give it a like and share it with others so we can all spread knowledge and goodness together, inshallah. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be the first to learn and grow with us. Jazakallah khair for your support.